representing the dark green corner and the Badlands, the one and only. You guys suck. BadBad.
Oh, thank you,
And
thank you, thank you.
and I don't know what his fucking vice president is doing, being an idiot with his blue key switches. Representing the purple corner, the one and only Salt, whack ass, and then the worst mentor ever.
Wow, okay.
Okay, welcome everybody. First question. This goes to both of you, mainly. What does Omegaburg need, and how will you accomplish it?
Okay. So what I believe Omega needs, first in terms of leadership, I think it needs a strong leader that they can look at and identify with. That I believe to be me, as well as they need a good economy. An economy is essentially just basic to this entire server as a whole, and so it needs equal opportunity for everyone to be able to essentially prosper and have a good time on the server.
Omegaburg needs a less decentralized government. I believe we need the people to have a better voice, and I also do agree we need to focus on our economy much more.
Okay, what do you plan to do to improve our economy?
As I said before, I do want to give people a paycheck. I'm not certain about the details yet, but it will be happening, and I do want to make better shops. I've actually planned to build a national mall where you can all open your own shops, and I might even open it to the public. I am not 100% sure yet.
Next question. What are your thoughts on the current state of Omegaburg?
What I think of the current state of Omegaburg, as I've said, I believe Omegaburg is great. Has it always been great? No. But I believe that Omegaburg is strong. However, is not without critique. Let's take a walk outside this house. It's barren lands with debris all around. There's there's a sheep farm just sitting there. There's boats. It's a mess, and it needs revamping. Not just in that aspect, but also in the idea of economy. Let's take a walk through the shopping district. There's very few shops that are anywhere, aside from Zelius's banner shop. But I believe the current administration has neglected to get involved into those issues, whether it's because of lack of caring or lack of competence. But I won't get into that in this debate. Either way, that is what I believe is wrong about Omegaburg.
Honestly, I'd have to agree. The nation hasn't always been the best. There's definitely been many flaws that could be fixed with some work and time, which our current government has neglected. But other than that, our nation, it's been pretty decent. We may have been slowly going downhill, but that doesn't change the fact that Omegaburg has been here and will stay here and will soon enough get better.
What inspired you to run?
Honestly, I was inspired because this is my home. This is my home. It's been my home since I've logged on to Survival First. Ever since Z showed me the No Race House, or the beginnings of the No Race House. I want this nation to succeed. I want to see it do great, and honestly, that's just been my whole motivation going forward. The current government and its lack of, just caring for our nation driven me to sign up to be president.
Yeah, sure. So, in terms of just to make sure, the question was, why did I run for president? Am I correct?
Yep.
Yes.
No, it's what inspired you to run.
What inspired me to run? I've always had a passion for essentially how governments run. even outside of block games. And when I took a look at Omega Realm itself, but also Omegaburg, when I take a look at it, I look around and I notice things that seemingly could be easily fixed as long as someone takes the initiative to do them. And I noticed that no one was taking the initiative to do it. This is not just, and thus I felt inspired to be the one to do that. That there are problems that need to be fixed, and someone has to do it. And if that has to be me, then so be it.
Okay, next question. Does Omegaburg really need you?
I believe in Omega, like I've said. I believe in the heart of Omegaburg, and I believe Omegaburg is great. Need, I think, is a very difficult word to pinpoint. For instance, need could be either will Omegaburg fall apart and end up like Jamie-town, abandoned, or will it simply stay in this awkward status point, or does it need me to thrive and get out of this? And I believe that without me, and if this current administration had stayed, I don't think Omegaburg would thrive. I believe I will now compliment my opponent, Zelius, in saying I don't think he would run it into the ground or anything. I don't think this would end up like Jamie-town. I believe that he would keep it at least existing. However, for Omegaburg to truly thrive and get to a good place where it needs to be, in order to be that good symbol for Omegaburg, then yes, I do believe Omegaburg needs me.
I do agree. Need does seem like a strong word. But based on how things have been going, again, like BadBad had said, I'm not trying to steal his words or anything, but I don't believe Zealous would run our nation to the ground. He just benefit far more from a different administration. I mean, I'm not doubting BadBad either. I mean, he could do great. I don't deny it. I feel like I could do significantly better in certain portions. For example, my running mate here is what are you studying? Travel and tourism in college. So she can attract people. She's studying that stuff. So we have an advantage in that section.
Why should I pick you over anybody else?
Honestly, me and BadBad, we're both good choices. We both agree on certain things, on a lot of things, honestly, but
yeah,
I feel like our economy would thrive better with me at the head. I have thought more into the economy than he has, or at least as of what we know. But I do believe we'd significantly do better as a country if I was elected.
I would actually have a similar and opposite argument in the case that, yes, I believe actually Salt, while me and you would have it, we have, on most actually stances, we share more than any other candidate. However, I'm actually going to say that is, I believe economy would fare quite the opposite with you in power. The policies that you hold for economy are, well, idealistic and inefficient. That I think they're well intentioned, of course. However, the idea of running essentially, the idea of what you're going to do with the not only giving money to every single player, but also with where would that money come from? You talked about. You mentioned a head farm. Is a head farm supposed to produce 2,000 per week for everyone? And the idea of, is that going to come straight from the public fund? Because that public fund would theoretically, come out of taxpayer money and just immediately go back to the people, which would also mean that you would not be using that taxpayer money to do other things such as fund the garden. We need, because once all the people are paid and once everything's built and we're out of money, what then? What are we going to do when there's some kind of So this is not just a so in terms of government, the economy would be terrible, but also for the people. I believe that encouraging shopping districts and reaching out to different small and big businesses to open up shop, not that they would be on different grounds. All big and small businesses would be equal in the shopping district, um, but uh, I believe what SALT is proposing is less encouraging opportunity and encouraging people to stay in a status position. To get big on the server, you should actually play on the server, not just sit and take government handouts.
Do any of you have anything you would like to say about the other candidate?
That wasn't no. I have enough money. I have a sufficient source of income where I can afford to give players money and probably myself still gain some money. I've tested, I've easily gained 20k a day maybe. So I mean, of course, that'd be sufficient, especially if we are doing it weekly. Which I do agree. When you said later, 2,000 does seem like a low amount, but I also don't wish to hand out money like it's nothing. I don't believe I should be giving too much money because work is important. People don't deserve to log on like once a week to collect money and then leave and become rich off of it. People should put in work and people will put in work. I am not here to hand out any money because that's just not what I want to do. That's not the right thing to do.
Yeah, sure. I'll rebut that. So, I suppose I kind of said it previously, but I can rephrase it or repeat it. But I believe that me and Salt, on most terms, actually share a decent amount of things. How I'd respond to that is your policies and your words are not matching, Salt. You're saying, I don't wish to give handouts, and yet that is exactly what your policies are saying to do, is to essentially give government handouts once a week. That's not to say, if it's not for people to log on, collect money, and then leave, as it should, what is it essentially intended to do? You essentially, what you're saying is you don't have policies, you have theoretical ideas. To clarify what I was saying, I believe Salt cannot run the economy as well as I can. However, how I believe that Salt is the economy, I believe he would run it into the ground with his policies. But yeah, and so vote BadBad.
Does the audience have any questions? You could type it, VC it, whatever. To say I have a question.
What do you plan on doing for Beansville, who is not connected to Omegaburg? This is directed towards BadBad.
Just me? Okay. Essentially, if it's I am running for the this means no disrespect, but you said it's not connected to Omegaburg. Am I correct?
I'm part of Omegaburg, yes, and I'm a division of it. It's just there's no roads connecting to me.
Yes, and
So
just say for everyone, how far exactly is Beansville? Just
not even 1,000 blocks.
Yes, which is really not that far. What I plan on doing is creating a we still have. I plan on creating that road, not just a road, a fast road. I will work myself personally, as well as with a few other individuals. A choice of a water road with soul sand at the bottom to go fast with or just a soul sand one on highway, as well as just a normal highway with ice boats. So yes, to answer your question, I plan on connecting the cities.
How about you, Saul?
Oh, yeah. I also plan to make ice roads to connect our nations. Well, not our nations, our cities. Is that what you? Are you a city?
It's a ville, yes.
And I want to connect our bases with ice roads. I mean, not really much I can say about that.
Give you like a minute. Type or talk.
Sounds like we could move into discussion.
Hey,
Can we please get the Make-A-Wish kid off the stage?